Hello, welcome to Hoaxie Gardens and Homestead. I have said once before that one of the best things that you can do for your garden is to have chickens. But having chickens is a big responsibility. You have to take care of them, you have to feed them, you have to water them, and if you're not going to go into pharmaceuticals, there are things you're going to want to do to keep your chickens healthy. And I thought that we would go inside the chicken coop that I have lovingly named the eggplant and see how I take care of my chickens and just some kind of tricks that I do. When you go away for the weekend, what are you going to do with your chickens? How are you going to take care of them? So that's something we're going to talk about. So here we are in the chicken coop, and what are the dimensions of this, Stan?
Oh, it's let's see, 15 by 30, I believe.
15 by 30. Now we started with just this one section over here, and with our 5 original chickens, our rescue chickens, and yeah, but then we kind of got the bug and got more, but that's because we like having fresh eggs, and we like what the chickens do for our garden, and we like what they do for our compost. So now we feed our chickens organic food. We make sure that it's non-GMO, because if I'm going to be eating their eggs, I don't want them to be eating GMO food, because if they eat it, then I'm eating it. So we make sure that our food is organic, non-GMO. I have 2 trays here that I feed them their feed in, and also that we have their scratch in. I also give them dried, what we call wormies, and you can buy them at Tractor Supply, or actually you can get them at Walmart, but that's just some really high protein that we give them as a treat, and they love it. So we try to do that every day. It's just, like I said, it's a high protein. It's very good for them. And okay, one of the things that you have to be sure you do is keep them fresh water. You can come out and you'll look and you say, oh, they've got water. Yeah, but is it from yesterday? You're not going to drink a glass of water that's been sitting out on the counter since the day before, and you shouldn't expect them to either, especially when it's out in the air. You have to give them fresh water every day. And something that we do in our water, these are 2 gallon, these are about 2 gallons. And what we do is we'll put in a tablespoon per gallon of apple cider vinegar with the mother. And we do that because it's an antibacterial. It will be sure that your chickens are worm-free. It takes care of all that, and they won't have any parasites. So in the water, you're going to want to put the apple cider vinegar with the mother. Another thing that I do is I do grow oregano here, and it spreads like wildfire. If you grow it, you know that. So I'll go ever so often, and I'll cut it back, which I just recently did, and I'll bring out a big old stack of it for my girls, and they'll devour it, and that is a natural antibiotic. So that is very good for their system. And so, you know, those are 2 things that I do to keep me from having to go to the vet, to take care of things with pharmaceuticals that I can take care ahead of time with natural things. Now there are also some kind of natural, organic things that you can buy for backyard chickens at Tractor Supply. So if what you're doing at home isn't working, you may have to go to something else. Now, we have been raising chickens for over 8 years, and I've only had to do that one time. And after finding out what the problem was, I don't think I'll have to do that again. So now, this area right here is where we will dump all the greens and stuff that we bring them from the garden, the cantaloupe, watermelon, just anything our table scraps that we bring from inside, we'll put out here, we'll let them go through it, and then we'll clean out their run and take it to the compost. Now they go out to the compost too, and they kind of work through that until we're ready to let that set up and totally go to work, heat up, and be what it and actually turn into soil. But they work it really, really good for us for about a month or so before that. So that's what we do in the run. Now you may ask, well, what do you do with your chickens when you go out of town? We never go for more than 4 days at the most. It's usually 3, but never 4 days, you know, longer than that, because we do have so much here that is a responsibility. And the first day we leave, we can go out in the morning and we can take care of everything. We can set up their water. Now we have large water things that we can put out. We'll actually leave these and we'll put out 2 more that are 5 gallons, and so their water will be taken care of. We do that the morning that we leave, and we also put out their food. And then, you know, the day we come back, that's going to be the 4th day. So there's really just 2 days that they're going to be on their own, and we want to be sure that they have plenty of water and plenty of food. And of course, we're not going to go during the heat of the summer or the cold of the winter. We're going to go at times where the temperatures are nice enough to where they will be fine, their water will be good, and so will their food. Now, food is the issue. We had tubes that were here that was a large plumbing type tube that came out like this, and they ate on that for years and years, but for some reason it's stopped working and they didn't like it. So we got the dishes and we put them out here because we can keep them clean, and they seem to like that. But when we're out of town, that's not enough food for them to get by on. So what do? Thanks to Cog Hill Farm, we know what to do. You get these buckets. We got ours at Lowe's. They're not expensive. They were $2 something, so let's say $3. Stand drilled holes here, 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 and here. So we've got, I think we got 4 holes. And then we've got just a cheap little tray at the Dollar Tree. And so that's just $1. So $4 altogether. Of course, the screws and everything we already had. He screwed this tray on. That way we can fill up the bucket. The food will come out in this area. They'll be able to peck through here. And that's a 5-gallon bucket, and they can eat while we're gone. We have 2 of these. Again, thank you Cog Hill Farm, because they're the ones that told us that's what they do, and they showed us on their site how to do that. So that makes it able for us to go out of town. They have plenty of food, and of course our other things give them plenty of water. Now inside the coop, you can see, watch out, oh, you've got eggs. Awesome. We found eggs. You can see that we have a kind of a long run here, and that way they have 2 separate areas. And here is our nesting boxes where they can go in to lay their eggs, although they don't hardly ever use them. But this is where they roost at night. Now we have the wood chips here, and this is what I've chosen to use. We've tried sand, we've tried straw and hay, we've tried all kinds of different things, but this is the one we have found that really works for us. So you just use what it is that works for you, whether it's the sand, the straw, the hay, or like us, the wood chips. I come out here every morning and just take, of course, glove. Notice I've got on a glove. And these gloves, you can buy them by 100 for $1 at the Dollar Tree. So I come out here, and just anywhere I see that they have done their business, I just lift it up. And they dig their little holes in here, and I'll cover those up so that it's all laid out fresh and everything again. So I do this every morning so that they have a clean roosting area. If you don't do it every morning, will they be okay? Yes, they will. But you want it to stay clean. One thing that we do when we clear it out, because we do come out once a month and totally take it out. And we're able to do it once a month because I come out every day and I clean it. And sometimes we have to add to it, you know, but if you keep it clean, it'll last you for quite a while. And so anyway, so we come out once a month and we clean it, and when we take it all down, we put DE, Diatomaceous Earth. You want to get the food grade, and you put that down, and then you put your wood chips on. That's going to take care of any insects that try to come in here, any you know, ants or anything else that try to come in here to get with your chickens and could actually do your chickens some harm. And it's only good for them, because as they come in here and they dig around and everything, they're going to get that DE on them, and it's going to help with any mites or anything that they have. In fact, we will put it down on the ground. We'll put it out in their coop. So DE is another thing that we do to keep our chickens healthy, and it's so that way we don't have to wait till actually they have some mites or something and then have to go to the vet to get some kind of pharmaceutical to take care of it. We're doing something natural that takes care of it before it happens. So these are just a few things that I do to keep my chickens healthy, because actually a healthy hen is a happy hen, and happy hens are a lot of fun. And having a small backyard flock of chickens can bring a lot of joy into your life. Each day, tending to their needs, taking care of your flock, you'll be rewarded immensely. Another thing we can do is to pick up our chickens. They'll get used to you, you'll get used to them, especially if you raise them as a baby. And check out their combs, and you just want to make sure everything's healthy and happy with them. Look under their feathers, see if there's any dust that you see, you're looking for mites. It may be a little challenging at times to catch them, but this is very important in caring for your chickens. And you don't have to pick up each one every day. If you get a couple each day, you'll keep a good watch on your flock. They're so cute. Okay, we're back out in the chicken run, and I just wanted to show you how we just inexpensively made an area for them to get up on and roost on during the day. We've got, I don't know, it's probably an old broom handle or something going across up there. Scrap wood that my husband had, he built a little roost right here. Now I mentioned how out here we will put down the DE on the ground, and then we put down a little straw. We don't use hay because hay has too much seeding in it, and then you're getting stuff that you're not wanting into your compost, because this will all go into the compost. And then we'll put that on that, and as they scratch around, they're getting that DE on them, and they're eating some of it because they're eating the pebbles and stuff off the ground. And the eating of the DE is very good. You know, in their food, if by some chance the ants or something get into their food, we'll sprinkle DE in there. And it doesn't hurt your chickens. It helps them. It helps clean them out. In fact, people can use DE. You can put a little of it in a glass of water and drink it down, and it helps to clean you out and clear you out. A lot of people do that on a regular basis. We have done that at times. So, you know, DE, if you get the food grade Diatomaceous Earth, it is a good product for your chickens and for you. So, thank you for joining me.
Give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Comment down below.
What she said. Hope to see you again. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.
Bye.